How's it going, everybody? It's PJ4, Pete_J on YouTube, PJ Play on Twitch, back on Plane Mechanics Simulator. We're going to get right into the game. We're continuing our game from last time. We're working on the Hawker Hurricane. Last time we started out at 0 $100 in the airfield. Let's do 0 $100 in the hangar. We're going to start that game up, and we'll take a look. Last time in, like as I said, we're working on the Hawker Hurricane, which is the first plane of the second chapter. So we got the Hawker Hurricane, the Bristol Blenheim, and then the I don't remember what the last one was. Bristol Blenheim, and then what was the last one? I don't remember. If you remember, throw me a comment. Welcome back. Hopefully you're enjoying the title as much as I am. Hopefully, you know, we've started to see a bunch of stuff coming back around again. Excuse me. I play Car Mechanics Simulator. They're starting to roll out a bunch more DLC. Plane Accident, which was another title that I thought was basically a done title, and you know they're doing updates and rolling out stuff. So just came across there were a couple updates to Motorcycle Mechanics Simulator. So I don't know if maybe there was this disruption in the gaming industry or what, but it seems like things are starting to come back around, which makes me very happy. We're going to take care of task 07838. It's a Hawker Hurricane. We're still dealing with our pilot, Walter Brown. It says, prepare the plane for reconnaissance missions. Check that everything is okay with the engine. We got to replace the gun camera tape and check all the spark plugs. Okay. I'm not sure if... Is that too loud? I mean, it kind of feels like that might be a little too loud. Mouse sensitivity, no, I'm looking for audio. Yeah, that was just a little too loud. Okay, so we're good there. What was our mission again? Replace the gun camera tape and check all the spark plugs. Okay, so this is the gun camera tape. The oil tank. Where is the gun camera tape? I don't think we've done that yet on this one here. Gun camera tape. That's the fuel door. Port ammo door. Gun camera tape. Okay, we're going to disconnect from here. Let's go around the other side. Outer fuel door. Alright. Where is the gun camera tape? Is that it there? Alright, so here's... Alright, there's the gun camera access door right there. Alright. Pull that out. How do we change the tape?
No, sir.
Alright, so we do have to take the camera shell out. Okay, so there's the gun camera tape. First time we've ever done that on this plane, so you'll have to forgive me. We've got that. We'll have to requisition a new one. What was the other thing we had to do? We have to check all the spark plugs. So we're going to grab our ladder, and we're going to not do that. We're going to grab our ladder. Alright, now we're going to come over here and through our... So yeah, so all of this stuff has me hopeful that maybe we will see that last chapter. Maybe we will see 3 new planes soon. This thing came out of early access in early 2024. So there is a part of me that thinks, you know, there's a chance. Right? There's a chance that we might be able to get something here. But again, I don't know very much. I've been thinking about picking up a subscription to PC Gamer magazine because I just want to be more, more in the know, basically. All right, there's the spark plugs. I don't know if I can really zoom into those. So I think I might have to remove the lower ignition wire. We get a 1 for that. We're going to remove the lower ignition wires, and we'll check the outside spark plugs, and then there's also inside spark plugs. So we'll go ahead and well, that kind of stinks, but we're going to pull this off here just so we can get to them. Rainy day out there. Okay, so let's go back to 3, which are, and we can already see we've got 3 on this side that are bad. Again, I can't really get, let's go back to 1. There's 1. If I go back to 3. Okay. That one, and then that one. Alright, so those are done, and looked up on the propeller. Let's go ahead into diagnostic mode and take a look. These all look to be okay. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and fix these up. Fix the 3 we have. Was I supposed to requisition? The reason why I'm doing that way it helps us keep it straight, and we can button up as we go along. Clean as you go, you know what I mean? Clean as you go. So we're going to put this back on. Oh, put that back in there. We're going to close that and then push that back in there. Put the access door back on. Alright, so that's done. This side was the one with the wrong. I want to put in the spark plugs first. Why won't you let me? No. Yeah, that seems weird. Why? So the wires have to be in place for me to put the spark plugs in? That seems weird, doesn't it? Typically you would put the, I don't know if that one's not connected, is it? Oy vey. Alright, so that seems a little clunky because no, I'm still trying to, oh, I'm going to take off the lower ignition. I have to take off the, I have to remove that because it didn't go on right. Now I can put it back on. This seems clunky, doesn't it? That doesn't seem right to me. Alright, so we got those 4 on. We're going to go around to the other side. We checked these and they were okay, so we're going to go ahead and tie that down. Okay, so there's those. Now we want to go to the middle of the engine. There is an upper ignition wire. We want to pull that. And then we want to inspect these spark plugs here. Okay, we got to unscrew it from the engine. It is the right, what is it? The port magneto, right? That's what's it's connected. Okay. We'll make do. We'll make do with what we have. That's what we're going to do. Starboard magneto. That's what it is. Okay. So now here are our spark plugs. Barely visible. All right. So I can kind of see 3 there. Let's diagnostics. We got 1, 2, 3. Those look okay. We got 4, 5, and 4 and 5 here. And then we got 6 over there. So those look okay. Come back on this side. Same thing. We want to see those. Oh, we got a couple already. So we got 1 here that's bad. And that's it looks like. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is bad, and then 6. So we're going to go ahead and remove the spark plug. Can I remove the spark plug? We're going to click on the assembly and then remove. Alright, so we only got one left. We're going to disengage, detach. Do that. We need only one left. We'll take it as it comes because how we do what we do. Alright, we're going to go in here. Again, it's this weird kind of, I have to put the wires in, but then they don't. Need to get this spark plug in, right? Oh, it's over here. Not sure how this. Need to get this spark plug in here, folks. How do I get this spark plug in? Now, if I hit 2, it gives me all of this, but I don't want all this. I just want the spark plug. Oh, again, this seems a little weird. More difficult than it needs to be. All right, so there's that. I need to get this in there, though. How do I... All right, so let's remove this. Maybe what I have to do, okay, that's start out, okay. No. Upper ignition wire, that's gone. Now, I need to put, no. I go back like this and I go 2. So, I can't really, how am I supposed to get this spark plug in there? Ignition wire. I can't remember how I did it. This seems, yeah, like I said, this seems clunky. I don't know why this is so difficult. There's, if I put these in, right? Now it's going to let me put the cover back on, but I don't want to put the cover back on. There's the actual spark plug. I need to be able to get to that spark plug, and it won't let me. Is there a way? Nope, I don't want to get too high because I need to see that space. Where's that space? There it is, right there. Okay, now can I go to... See, it's giving me the engine cover. All right, now I'm inside. All right, now I'm inside. Now I'm out. Now I'm out. Okay, I need to get in there. I need to get in there. I can see my situation that I need to be in, but it won't let me get there. How do I get in there? Is the question of the moment. How? See, now I'm into the engine cover. I don't understand this. It seems more difficult than it really needs to be to put a spark plug in, right? What? Alright. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this, because of course you would have to completely decimate this engine to get a freaking spark plug into it, right? I mean, that's, of course, that makes sense. That's obviously what you need to do. I mean, in the theater of war, when repairing airplanes and getting them back in the sky, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to remove, yeah, you got to remove the entire freaking thing just to get a stupid spark plug. All right, I don't. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me that I have to remove all of this stuff. Basically, I'm still gonna have to remove. Right, I'm still gonna have to remove more. Where's the other? Okay, over here. All right, now can I remove this? Because that's what I'm gonna need to do. Not really. I mean, obviously, usually I try to do it, but this, you know, in some semblance of order. But at this point, it just doesn't make sense. This is just fairy tale land that I have to remove all of this to put a stupid spark plug in. Especially since you can see I can reach it. They have long handled, you know. All right, now here's this. It's exposed. If I go to 2, right, they're gonna give me this again. They're gonna give me this mess, and they're giving this to me, and it's not even there. All right, so all right, so there's that. There's the spark. Look, there it is. Now I can reach it. Again, I'm just gonna say it doesn't. It shouldn't be that hard, folks. It just shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to remove all of this material just to get a spark plug into its spot. You know, we could see the spot. It really was just. It was a selection situation, where I think they have to make sure that they do not turn that they don't let you put the engine cover back on if you're missing a spark plug. Now, I guess they could say that that's too much of a gimme. You know what I mean? If they want to leave it open, if you make the mistake, you make the mistake, right? But the problem with that is the alternative is basically prohibiting us from doing what is a rather simple thing, which is to reinstall a spark plug. It's not that hard. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to take apart this much of the engine to repair one spark plug. And I have a feeling that in the theater of war, you wouldn't do that. All right, so now we're gonna, we've got everything. It seems like we heard the timpani of completion. We're gonna go ahead. I should actually check it before I go too far, but I've already started. So let's go ahead and put that on. Let's take a look. Yeah, replace gun camera tape, check all the spark plugs. We did that. And we've got the timpani of completion, which we always like to hear. And this one is done. But I think ultimately that's what it winds up being. Is in order for you to replace spark plugs, especially on the inside there, you better be ready to do a little bit more disassembly to get it done. What about if we go here? Can't go here. F12 that. There it is. All right. Let's sign off. Place gun camera tape check. Check all the spark plugs. Check. Perfect job. We are up to 3,934 out of 3,500. Again, like we talked about that last time. I think at this point we've opened all the attributes, so there's nothing left to do. My guns are jamming all the time. Fix them. This is order number 07850. Walter Brown wants us to fix the problem with the guns not firing. Okay. Let us do that thing. So the first thing we will need to do is we're going to have to climb up on the wing. Disassemble button. We're going to go with the let's take the big doors first, I guess. This will expose the left guns. We still can remove these other ammo doors. I don't believe, is that it? Those are the only things we can take. Okay. So let's remove the ammo boxes. Then we're gonna remove the belts. The belts. The belts. The belts. Oh, that's because they're all, okay. So let's do this one first, and we're gonna... Alright, so what we have to do is open the... open the breech. Remove the ammo belt. Okay. Open the breech, remove the ammo belt. Open the breech, remove the ammo belt. Alright, now we're going to, if we hit 3, we can, that one's damaged, 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 damaged. So they're all damaged. We'll go ahead and pull these out. Can I check these things? I don't think so. Those are just mounting hardware. So we're going to right click to disengage. We'll get off. We'll go check the other guns as well. Spacebar. 1. And let's see what happens. I don't, again, I don't think we can actually fix the guns. We're going to probably requisition new ones. So if we can, I'm going to try and requisition them all at the same time. Breech cover, ammo belt. Breech cover, ammo belt. Breech cover, ammo belt. Breech cover, ammo belt. Okay, let's just check these real quick. Damaged, damaged, damaged. They're all damaged. Okay, so we're going to pull these as well. Alright, we got all 6 machine guns now. We're going to disengage by hitting the right mouse button. Let's go take a look at the bench just to make sure. Yeah, we cannot fix any of those. Right. Am I moving too quick? They're just the ammo doors. I'm not sure where the weapons are. Okay. So no, we cannot fix those there. Let's go here. We have 8 Browning 303 machine guns. Go ahead and requisition all 8. There we go. Back up on the wing. Okay, so this one's pretty straightforward, and we're just going to go ahead and start reinstalling. Alright, we'll go with the ammo belt, ammo belt, ammo belt, ammo box, ammo box, ammo box. Then we got to load the guns and breech cover down. Ammo belt, ammo box, load the breech, shut her down. Okay, one side down, 1 to go. But he should be okay now. Once he gets out into action, he should have properly working machine guns. There we go. 1 down, 1 to go. Back up. Thank you. Ammo belt, ammo belt, ammo belt. Ammo box, ammo box, ammo box. All primary tasks complete. We gotta load them up, load them up. Breach, breach, breach. Ammo belts. Okay. So 2 down. Let's keep going here. Can't remember the Bristol Blenheim and something else. I can't remember what the last one was. Alright, so there she is. Get the full wing in there. Alright, F12 that puppy. There it is. We'll sign off. Fix the problem with the guns not firing. Well, we didn't really fix them. We just got new ones, which I guess in the end is fixing it. All right, so 2 down. This is order number 07875. Walter Brown, still our pilot. He says the oil valve needs to be replaced and the exhaust on the left side is choking. The oil valve is not working. Refill the oil and there are weird noises coming from the exhaust. Okay, let's take a look. Let's grab from the, did he say left side? On the left side, yeah, okay, so, pick that up. Left side is on this side, it's always the pilot's side, so, we're gonna go up the ladder. Let's remove the top engine cover. The oil valve, I believe, is on, it used to be on the left side, I thought. Well, actually, maybe it's the right side. But they're talking about the exhaust. So let's take a look at the exhaust. That one's damaged. That's damaged. That's damaged. Okay, so those three are damaged. Let's go ahead and pull these.
No.
I can't pull those? Why can I not pull those? Oh, just because the cover was on? Okay. I guess I can dig on that, right? I guess I can understand that. Hiding from me. These are just exhaust ports, so I'm surprised that they would have a. I want to just double check the port cylinder head. Okay, it's in pristine condition, so we're not worried about that. The oil valve, suppressor. It must be on the other side. All right, let's fly around. Oh, let's fly around this way. It's down here, so we're going to remove this engine cover at the bottom here, and we'll take a look at the oil valve. That's it there, right? 3. Damaged. All right, so we're going to remove that. And before anybody, I honestly thought it was this thing down here. Once I turned and I saw that there, I realized that's what it is. That's what it was. But I was mistaken to start with, so I don't want to seem like I'm trying to play it off like I know everything. Okay, the oil valve I think we should be able to fix on the bench. All right, so here's our oil control valve. We went over this in previous ones. We got to click on the yellow dot. The green section at the bottom right, when we start to press and hold our left mouse button, a bar will start to drop. We want to lift our finger when it gets into that green range. There's one. 25%. So there's going to be 4 spots that we need to take care of. Moves up a little bit higher, which cuts down it. We did have an attribute. I believe there was an attribute that we were able to open, which made for that space to be larger, remain larger throughout. So it makes it a little bit easier for the repairs. All right, so we got that fixed up. What was the other thing we needed? Exhaust. So the exhaust ports we cannot fix apparently. So we're gonna have to requisition an A port, a B, an exhaust, port exhaust. So they're not exhaust ports, they're exhaust that's on the port side. A little communication difference there, but that's okay. We got our 3 new ones. We'll go ahead and drop those on. And we're gonna go here. No. Don't. Gotta make sure that you're in. No. And again, you screwed this up. Pull this off. So each one kind of fits over the next one. So you should start with port exhaust C. This area here kind of overlaps. So B will overlap slightly here. So it's just easier to start with the back one. Although I don't know if the game really talks about it or not. See, there's a little bit of an overlap here. And again, to my way of thinking, it would just be easier just to get in the habit of putting C on first. Take them off A, B, C, put them on CBA. All right, we're gonna go left engine and we'll put this on. We don't need this, I don't believe, to refill the oil. What's the oil again? Oh, that's why we can't put the side on yet, because we haven't put the oil valve back on. Pete. All right, so here we go. We're gonna be. Oh, we forgot that one. Here. Oil control valve that goes in, so we've got that taken care of. Brandy dandy new, looks great. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to grab this, and we want to grab this and move this out of this way. All right, I need oil. That's going to go right here. I forgot where the oil service is. Right there. Okay. Oops. And we got to refill the oil. So there we go. All right. So far, so good. We're moving right along. Not a bad deal. It is kind of one freaky oil system there. I'd like to figure out why it looks like that. And I would think because they're smaller openings and stuff that they would fill faster, but this seems to take a lot longer. All right, gets a little hard to see too coming up that pipe. I'm listening for the timpani of completion, but I think we're about here. Okay, so there's that. Let us pull the hose out, and we will put the oil pan back. All right, let's jump up on our ladder here and take a look at our oil valve is not working. Refill the oil, and there are weird noises coming from the exhaust. We'll sign off on that. I keep thinking I should be refueling it, but it doesn't say to do it, and I'm not being. It's still gonna. Uh-oh. See. Oil filled over max, some parts may get damaged. So I did a good job, but I overfilled the saved one spare part. So we got dinged for that. But it's hard to see. It's very hard to see. All right, order number 07942. Walter Brown, still our pilot, thank heavens. We have a coolant leak. Repair the leak, add fluid, and take a look at the rotor. Refill the coolant, replace the coolant drain line, and fix the propeller. Okay. All right. Coolant drain line. Let's take a look at this propeller. Huh? That one's damaged. That one's pristine. Spinner's okay. That's okay. All right, so. Propeller blade assembly looks like it's in good shape. Okay, so we got one prop that needs to get pulled. So let's do that. Let's go grab our ladder. We're gonna come over this way and we'll put it right there. Climb the ladder. We're gonna go 1 for removal. We're gonna remove the spinner. That, well, we're still gonna, how about this stuff? Let's check it all out. Yeah, it looks like it's just that one prop. All right, so we're gonna remove that. I think we gotta go with the assembly first, then the dome. Could I have left the dome on? I think I might have been. Okay, very cool. So we got the prop. Now we have to find a coolant leak. So we need to, I think we realized the coolant was back here, right? Hard to see. There's kind of a glare. All right, so if we go up here, that's the fuel filter. Fuel filter's pristine. Where do we see the coolant? I can't remember. It used to be up here. Coolant, A115. Okay. A15, I should say. Cap is okay. So there's the coolant. Is behind the firewall. It seems like it's behind this firewall. Can't select those things, so that can't be it, right? The fuel filter, we already know that's pristine. Air compressor is pristine. Let's remove the right engine cover, and we'll get back in there with our diagnostic tool. The engine starter. Coolant pump is pristine, so that's not it. Wait a minute. Does it not look like this pump is not hooked up? See that how that hose comes down? Now I don't believe I can't do anything. Oh, no. I can't do anything, but it does look like that pump is not connected. Can I select this pump and get into it? You see here? This pump is not connected. So if let's remove the pump. Maybe, just maybe, when we reinstall it. No, it's the pipe that hose is still not. That hose is still not hooked up. And again, I don't even know what this hose goes to, but if you look, see if we can do this. If I go to 2 here, no, I want to go to 1 here, and I go up here, nope, it's not going to let me. But, trying to maneuver around is a little bit of a hassle. But anyway, if I go here though, oh poop. I think you can see that the hose isn't really hooked up here either. So it goes up here, and you can see it's open here too. So I don't know what I don't know what that hose is supposed to do. But at this point, I don't think it's doing much. Okay, so we got a coolant leak, and the coolant pump is working, and there it is. And this again doesn't really look like it's hooked up, so that's just a visual kind of anomaly. I think this hose comes up here and then up to there, so that a portion of the cooling system. So that's part of that, but that looks like it's in okay condition. What about the other side? I don't think that's okay. All right, so what else is there? What else is there? Induction pipe. Coolant outlet pipe. Okay. So I think that's where we got it right there. The coolant outlet pipe. Oh, geez, you could see it too. Here's one in good condition. Here's one in bad condition.
No.
I don't want you. I just want the pipe. The pipe that's right there that I can see that I shouldn't have to move you to get to. Yep. Alright, now I want the port cylinder block assembly. See, more than likely. I didn't have to take that off. Just the selection process confuses me at times. It confuses me. There we go. Port induction pipe. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back on because I don't think I needed to take that off. I think there was a... I'm not understanding the hierarchy seems to be the issue, and so I'm not making the right grabs. So we got the prop and we've got the coolant induction pipe. Is it the port? I think it might be the port induction pipe. I don't know. Can't fix either of them on the bench, so we're going to take them over to the requisition truck. We will requisition a new propeller blade assembly and port coolant outlet pipe. There it is. Head to our assemble mode. Got that done. And we'll put the spinner back on. And now we're going to be up here. Slide that in. There you go. Alright, we'll button her up because we can refill the coolant with the skin on, so we don't need it to be skinless. Okay. Alright, so we're moving right along here, folks. Like I say, each project we finish, we get closer to coolant 415. So we're gonna have to grab our ladder here, bring it around this side. Oh, I grabbed it and brought it all the way around. There we go. We need coolant, which is over here. Go. Oh, you know what though? I think I have to open it up first. I think it was on the Hurricane where you could just kind of grab up and be there, and the next thing you would know, it would automatically remove the cap and start you filling the there we go. Alright, so we've already had issues trying to refill fluids. Let's try to make sure we're a little more careful this time around. Alright, so we're going to need another can. Put this over by here so the garbage guys can come get it. Woo! Alright, here we go. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That's enough of you, Chief. What happened? What happened? Why am I stuck? Why? Alright, there we go. Well, still stuck. Why am I stuck? Something's happened to my vision too. Right? I mean, you guys see that, right? What has happened? What am I, what? Is it just me, or it feels like I've gotten, somehow I've zoomed in? Is there a zoom in button? Yeah, see, that should be my normal vision. Why am I full screen on, VSync off? Oh wait, no, we didn't want to do that. Music off. Ambience down, okay. Alright, but that should have reset my... Okay. Where am I? What am I doing? Alright, refill the coolant. Refill the coolant. Place the coolant drain line and fix the propeller. We've done that. I think we're good to go. Nothing else on there. I did not F12 that puppy yet, but let's grab this. I'm just going to take this back this way like this. Actually, there it is right there. I can crop that in. That'd be a great shot. Sign off on that, and it's not letting me sign off for some reason. Okay. Why is it not? Seems to be an issue with controls for some reason. What did I do? All aircraft parts need to be installed. What aircraft part did I not install? What was the, Oh, you know what I didn't... Okay, I know what I didn't do. I didn't put the cap back on the coolant. I got sidetracked. Alright, here we go. So, 2, and we're gonna put the tank cap back on. Close the door. There you go. So, detach. Let's remove our ladder. We're not worried about a pic. We already took the picture, so we're not interested in that. And now we should be able to sign off. There you go. All right. Simple mistakes, that's all. All right, fix the propeller. Let's continue our career. Did that say perfect job? I think it did. I got distracted. Repair the broken transmission housing. Repair the supercharger. Okay, we can do both of those things. This is task order number 07976. Walter Brown, still our pilot, thankfully. Something is wrong with the engine again. Repair the broken transmission housing and repair the supercharger. We can do that. Let's grab our ladder. And the supercharger is in here. And we'll pull the top engine cover off to expose the engine, and we should be good to go. Alright, we're gonna come back.
No.
Okay. Alright, I'm just trying to select it. I'm just trying to select it, bro. Just let me select it. That's all I'm trying to say.
No.
Shut up. The wheel case. Supercharger and the wheel case both look toast. Post toasty mosty. Okay, so what we need to do, I think, in all honesty, is I think we're also going to need to remove the engine, the left and right engine covers, because the supercharger and the wheel case are in the back there. So I think it will make it easier to get to them if we are able to. All right, and they tend to drive everything. Can we get the supercharger in and of itself? I think so, but you can see the wheel case has the magnetos, both starboard and port magnetos are on there. You've got the engine starters attached to it. You've got the coolant pump attached to that. So everything kind of runs off of that wheel. What is it? the wheel case, right? There's the other charger, magneto, I mean, and then you've got your generator, which is also attached. So you got a lot of attachments here, but I think we might be able to get the
No.
No, can't get the supercharger. Okay, so we need to pull. What was it that we needed to do, sir?
Nope.
Okay, we need to pull these two things. The
No.
Okay. Disassemble, right? I want this thing. I want the hydraulic pump off. And I want the air compressor off. Okay, now I'm going to detach. I want the supercharger. There it is. Is it feasible? Could I do this from out here? It looks like I can. It looks like I can reach I would be able to reach these bolts. Especially, like I said, when we removed both engine covers. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to reach from just one side. I would have had to go around to the other side. And the supercharger is also connected up here. Okay, so there's that. Now we got to grab this wheel case. And like I told you, the first thing I think we need to do is just start stripping parts. We got the starter. We're going to grab this coolant pump as long as we're here. And we'll have to get the lower ignition wires. And again, this makes sense to me. You know, I know I was complaining before about the spark plug, but the magneto, I know this makes sense to me, because if you're going to pull the magneto, you got to pull the upper and lower ignition wires, and in order to do that, you know, you're going to have to pull them out. So I get that. I'm not furious about that. I just didn't feel like it made much sense to have to do that just to put a spark plug in. I didn't think that would work. Am I going to have to pull? I don't think I'll have to pull this. I think they're going to let me get away with that. But we are going to have to grab this other magneto, so we got to pull this. So the ignition wires and the magneto is here. And then the magneto. I believe that will free up our wheel case. We should be able to pull it. No, there is something else that I have forgotten.
No.
Okay, this guy is saying no to me very loudly. Is it this part?
No.
Ah. It is the fuel pump. Pete, how could you forget the fuel pump? Alright. Now we can grab the wheel case. And again, I think we should be able to, because we might have maybe not put the ladder here just so we can get in. But I think we should be able to get all of these bolts. Alright, so we're going to drop that. We're going to take these over down to the bench, and we should be able to fix them. So let's see what we got. Space, the supercharger, and the wheel case. Bunch of other stuff. Okay. Supercharger. All right. Just as before, we'll find our little yellow dot. One done. Two done. Three done. All right, that part has been fully restored. How about the wheel case? Wheel case. There's one here. here. And I kind of like with each repair, you can see the part actually getting, you know, looking better and better. So there's 2 spots, 50% done. We need 2 more. Okay, here's one. I'll make it 75. Now you look at it. Look at how nice it's starting to look already. And then 100%. Okay. Now we got to reassemble. I think we can go over on this side, and we're going to hit 2. Go back into there. Here's the wheel case. Has been repaired to 100%. And now we're going to have to start slapping parts back on it. All right, let's start at the bottom of the engine, work our way around, huh? All right, so we got the coolant pump. There's your coolant pump. And again, somebody's going to need to tighten that up, because that's... I'm pretty sure that's not just supposed to be hanging down like that. That was... What was that? That was the engine starter. Okay. The other thing I want to do is I got to get around, because I forgot about the fuel pump. That is also kind of down here on the... toward the bottom of the... engine, so we'll get that taken care of. Alright, what else? Let's go with the magneto. Port magneto since we're over here. And we can get the lower ignition wires back on. Lower ignition wires, okay. We want to tie that in. I think this is one of the things that I forgot to do a whiles back. I was racking my brain trying to figure out why they didn't give me perfect job, and I think that was wise, because I put it back on. I just didn't tighten those bolts to hold the ignition wires to the magneto. So I think that's why I fell short. Okay, so that's on there. We're going to go ahead and bolt that on there so it's nice and tight. Alright, I think we got what we need attached to the wheel case. Now we can go ahead and put our supercharger on. That bolts to the wheel case. Goes in, and then there's going to be another one. There you go. Alright, so let's take a look at our job order. We got everything. So let's button her up. Put the ladder supports space left engine cover. Wait. What? What's happening? I'm missing something because it's not allowing me to put... Oh. That's it. Okay. We forgot about the air compressor and the hydraulic pump. So we're going to put the compressor on and the hydraulic pump, and I'm hoping that's going to be the end of it. Well, no, because... Yeah, there they go. The other covers come back. And once you do see the covers, you know you've gotten everything basically together, which is good. All right, disengage. F12. Alright, sign off. Transmission housing, check. Repair the supercharger, check. Saved spare parts, check. Perfect job. We're up over 4,000 at this point. We're at 4,093 merit points. We're going to continue our career. And let's see what's next. What's next is order number 07988. Our pilot Walter Brown says, replace the ammo boxes, and while at it, check the ammo belts for the guns. Replace all gun port patches and replace the ammunition boxes. Okay. We can do that. We can do that right quick, and then this will probably be our last oh, so I have to actually get new I have to actually get new gun patches. Okay. All right, so there's that. And we're going to need to requisition some new. All right. Well, all right. You know what I think we got to do the whole thing, because we're going to have to not only replace the ammo boxes, but we're also going to have to we're also going to have to load them. So. Okay, so that's what we got here. We're going to open the breeches, because we are, once we get to new.
No. Nope.
Okay. Place the ammo boxes, replace all gun port. Okay. We got it, we got it, we got it. They're empty, that's why. Yeah. They say damaged, but they're just empty. So we're gonna pull this.
No, sir. No. No. No, sir.
That one can go back in. Okay. So we've gotten everything we need. We're gonna go, again, I don't think you can reload the ammo boxes on your own. I think you gotta requisition those, yeah. And the gun port patches, same thing, you're requisitioning new patches, so. Gun port patch 1, gun port patch 2, and then 8 ammo boxes. Sign off on that. One gun port patch, 2 gun port patch. Can I go just flip around here and do this? I can, look at that. And you go in, and you go in, and you go in, and you go there. Okay. All right, my friends, I think we're getting close to the end of the day here. Next time we'll be at 1 a.m. out on the field. And hopefully you're enjoying it. We're going to keep moving along. So far, so good with the Hawker Hurricane. We have, I'm kind of happy that it does seem like I've learned a little bit of something. That's not to say that at times I don't wind up having some issues, but I think we work it out pretty well. And we're able to find the answer pretty quickly, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the breech cover. And yeah, we're working towards the next one. I'm almost positive the next one's to Bristol Blenheim. And we'll see. We're just going to keep moving along, trying to get all of our ducks in a row. What if we head over here? Is there a jump? I can't. No, there's no jump. Okay. F12. All right, let's sign off. Replace all gun port patches, check. Replace all ammunition boxes, check. 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 All right. Perfect job. Another perfect job, folks. We'll continue on. Take a look at what we will pick up next time out on the field. Task number 08006. So we're finally up into the 8s. I believe we were at 7 for a long time. Walter Brown says, it is high time to replace the wheels on my aircraft, and while doing so, check the brakes. They haven't been inspected for a long time. Oh, the engine started to overheat. So those are the issues we're going to work on. Replace the wheels. The plane stops very slowly, and refill the coolant. And we may want to check the coolant pump. But that's for next time. So until I see you again, be safe, be well, be good. Be back here next time, and we'll talk soon, all right? Bye-bye.